What is up, guys? It is your boy Day, and welcome to the Man United versus Sevilla preview show. If you do enjoy, drop a like and subscribe, share it, and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. This is not an outro, so let's get into it. Now, first things first, we played Liverpool, okay? And we won 2-1 at Old Trafford. Great result for us. And the simple way I like to put it is the difference between Mourinho and Klopp and even Pep is Mourinho is a tactician and he has several tactics. I've said this prior a lot of times. He has a lot of tactics that he can use, and oftentimes they get him the result. People might not like it, but that's the way he works, and oftentimes, like I said, he gets the result. Klopp and Pep have one way of playing football. People say, oh, I would rather watch Liverpool and City over United any day of the week. Okay, good for you. Okay, here's the thing, right? When Mourinho, at the end of his United career, when he's been there for what, 4, 5, 6 years, and he has 4 trophies at the least. I'm saying we're picking up 4 trophies over his time at Manchester United. I will not care how he played. His tactical nous is starting to grow on me. I'm starting to enjoy what he does, because especially when we let's say we beat City 1-0 and we park the crap out of the bus. They will be so angry and just pissed, and that would make me overjoyed, because truth be told, City are playing good football and fair play to them, but in recent times they're not looking like the team they were. Alright, my point being, at the end of the day, if you win a treble and you just absolutely park the bus all the way to every single trophy, I don't care. Not at this point. Now, if we're winning trophies on a consistent basis and we're still playing crappy football, I think we can improve. Simple as that. The big thing here, Mourinho set out in a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-4-2 with Sanchez playing just behind Lukaku at the start. And the way it evolved, which I enjoyed, was Sanchez and Rashford often kept swapping positions. Rashford would go play up next to Lukaku, Sanchez would drop into the left, drop in deep, and that's the way it would work. And Alexander-Arnold had a torrid time going up against Marcus Rashford, because as good as Alexander-Arnold is, and I think he's a bit overrated, he has a good free kick on him and he's quick, but apart from that, he's not really that great. He had a torrid time against Marcus Rashford, and truth be told, Liverpool's defense had a torrid time against us, apart from their left side of the defense being Van Dijk and Robertson, because we didn't do much on the right side. Mata was often on the left, and we went at them on the left, and that was pretty much the way the game went the whole time. Yeah, Juan Mata was just being himself, playing that integral part in the team, getting the ball moving, and the biggest battle that obviously ended in us getting 2 goals was Lukaku versus Lovren. Now, what's interesting about the game is, apart from when De Gea slung the ball forward in goal kicks, or we had free kicks in our own half, or Bailly would put the ball up to Lukaku, unless those things were taking place, Lukaku was on Van Dijk majority of the time. He was with Van Dijk, or Van Dijk was on him, I should say. And Van Dijk, being the man that he is, or even Lovren, I guess, would be considered the senior defender in that situation. I think he has to say, Van Dijk, you have to do this, because Lovren is going to get beat by Lukaku all days of the week. It's not a question, and he did it. Lukaku absolutely overran him, and like I said, it led to 2 goals. But apart from that, we just absolutely put the bus in reverse, and we let them try to play football, which they cannot do, especially with that midfield. They have good forwards, and in fairness to them, or in fairness to Firmino, because he was the only one who did about anything in that game. Yeah, that's about it. I was going to say in fairness to Salah, but Salah didn't do much at all. And fair play to Ashley Young, who was all over him. Okay, and literally to the point where they could have had a penalty had Salah been that man that went down, but he didn't. And thank you. Regardless, we came out of that game 2-1, heads held high. You wouldn't think that we would come out of these three fixtures being Palace, Liverpool, and Chelsea, not in that order. I said it backwards. You wouldn't think we'd come out of those three fixtures with 9 points, but we did. And we're in good stead now, and we have Sevilla, and that's what I'm here to talk about. So after I've just wasted 5 minutes of your time, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't say wasted, but had to get the little review out of the way. Let's talk about Manchester United versus Sevilla. Now, this game comes after a 0-0 at Sevilla's ground, which I have no idea what the name of it is. And that game was just, in my personal opinion, we were a bunch of individuals, and I say that way too often in these previews and reviews. Pogba looked like he was playing by himself. Sanchez was still adjusting to playing for Manchester United. And Lukaku looked a bit lost. It was just not a cohesive, or you didn't see any cohesion in that 11, and we got a 0-0 away. It would have been nice if it was a goal draw, but it wasn't the case. Now we're going back to Old Trafford after Sevilla have had an alright time since we played them. They've lost twice and won twice in the time that we haven't played them in the league, I should say. They lost 5-2 to Atletico. They lost 2-0 or 1-0 to Valencia, who are teams that are above them. So you can't really fault them for that. And they've won their other two fixtures. Now, Sevilla sit 5th in La Liga, which is pretty bloody good. Okay, that's pretty good. They'd probably be 4th had Valencia not turned up with this new look that they got going on, and it's very good with Andres Pereira being an integral part of that team. Hopefully they don't decide to keep him. That'd be great. Yeah, but Sevilla are not the team, like I said in the preview of the first leg, they're not the team that won the Europa League 3 times in a row. This isn't that team. They got a new manager I can't even speak. Firstly, they have a new manager. Secondly, they've lost stars, and they have stars now, but they've lost stars in the likes of Gamero. Who else used to play for them lot? Jesus Navas is not going to be fit for this game. He is injured as things stay as they are. Can't speak. And I'm not really bothered by them at all, and I hope I don't bite my words, and not bite my words. I hope I don't eat my. I can't get. It's just not happening right now. It's not happening for me. Yeah. Anyway, I can't see us losing this game. I don't see us drawing this game. I think our team is just too solid for us to fail at this current moment where United are right now, especially after the last 3 results. 2 comebacks and a win against the Scousers. You couldn't be more on top of the world, okay? But yes, Sevilla. Now let's get into the team that I personally feel we should play. And, yeah. So, in net, obviously you got Big Dave, no questions, who sits behind Valencia, Bailly, Smalling, and Shaw. Now, more or less, I'm just going to go with the same team that we played against Liverpool because it played so well. And like I said, it's going to be a 4-4-1-1. It's not a 4-2-3-1. Don't get it mistaken. This 4-4-1-1 is the way it worked out against Liverpool. It was just so great in the way it sat when we were defending. And it was a compact unit that I enjoyed watching play. Anyway, let's get into the midfield. I've gone with Mata on the right, Rashford on the left, with McTominay and Matic sitting in the midfield, the center of the park. McTominay was so good at doing the simple things, which is something that Carrick did well. I'm not saying he's Carrick, because Carrick played the holding role, and Carrick's passing was unbelievable. He was like the quarterback, as we like to call him, or some people do. Matic played great as well. He cleaned up the park, and he was probably our best player in the center of the park. Um, yeah, but that midfield was so solid, and I couldn't picture us playing any better in terms of being compact in defense and counterattacking at such great heights. It's baffling almost because Juan Mata is playing as a winger or inverted winger, and he's an integral part of the attack. He was very high up when we were counterattacking. For some man who's not got pace, the way he moves and goes in and out of positions is just unbelievable, and he is a top class player that, I mean, I don't know where we would be without him. I'm not gonna lie, you know. Early in the season, Mata and Mkhitaryan was it. Okay. Anyway, I've stretched this bloody lineup too long, and then the front two pair is gonna be Sanchez and Lukaku. Honestly, you just don't have anything else. I don't think there is another choice. Truthfully, I mean, you could put Lingard in for no one. I don't see that. No. I think in order to play good football and to have the nitty gritty side of it, I think you can bring Lingard on in the second half for Mata or Rashford or whatever you want to do to freshen up and add some more energy and just keep going in the way to, you know, keep it tight. Don't think it get better than this, okay? And please don't play Ashley Young. I understand he had a great game against Liverpool and he kept Mohamed Salah in his pocket like he was just a piece of candy that you're saving for later. But Luke Shaw, man, I mean, he's faster, he's stronger. I mean, I understand Luke Shaw. People have such a I don't want to say distaste, but because he's a big lad and he's got a big butt, that's something people get like in a tit about. I mean, is that the right word? Tis, whatever it is. I don't care. People get so upset about the fact that Luke Shaw is a big guy. That does not affect the way that he plays, okay? And for one, people were pointing out his performance against Crystal Palace when he came on in the ending of the game. They said he looked sloppy and he looked like a big lump. This is the thing, right? Luke Shaw has always been this big, and he's just a naturally big dude, okay? He can't help his physique. The problem is he's not playing enough football to look 100% all the time, to look on it all the time. And he played those 6 games that were pretty close together. They weren't in a row, but he played those 6 games that were fairly close to each other. He was getting a consistent run of games, and he was looking sharp, and his physique does not matter. Do you guys, like, you know, you got people like Lukaku's also a big boy, and he looks great because he plays consistently. He plays a lot of football. There's a lot of big dudes in this game who run around, and they just look great, okay? Your size doesn't matter. I don't know what Jose's problem is with Luke Shaw, but come on, man. He's better than Ashley Young. I don't know if Luke Shaw would have did as great a job against Salah as Young has, because Young has played a lot of football. But from now on, I think I don't know why Luke Shaw's not playing. Anyway, like I said in the beginning, I just want to see Sanchez and Rashford doing bits, weaving in and out, and playing those 2 positions that they play, swapping and changing and moving about, because that's something that we need to do. And last thing before I move on away from this preview is a point that needs to be made. I don't know if Jose is trying to work it out, but it's still something that Louis Van Gaal's left with us, is the way we play out the back. Not just out the back, but in general. And once again, I'm getting this a bit of it from Full Time Devils, but it's something I felt for a while as well. Okay, the way we play out of the back, especially with Smalling and Jones and Rojo, the people who were at the center of Van Gaal's reign, were so slow in getting the ball out. You see, Bailly, he clips the ball up. He tries to make forward passes because he wasn't here under Van Gaal. Okay. And he knows that. So does Matic know how to play that way. McTominay play that way. Sanchez play that way. Lukaku. We're all getting to move on away from this Van Gaal thing. But when Smalling, my problem is when Smalling, Jones, and I would say Rojo is even a better passer trying to move the ball forward, right? But when they do, or when they try to play out the back, it's so slow. You see, this is what separates us from the Real Madrids, the Barcelona, the Man City, the Bayern Munich. When they play out the back, or when they just play when they're in possession, comfortable possession, they move the ball quick. Even when they pass around the corner, when they pass the ball back or around the back line, it's got some fizz on it and it's moving quickly. We're not quick enough with the ball at the back, or when we're trying to get the ball from goalkeeper or last defender to the attacker. Teams like Napoli, it takes them 2 to 5, 6 passes to get the ball from the center half to the striker. We pass the ball about 6 or 7 times between center backs, play it out to Valencia, back to Smalling, and then into Matic, who gives it to Pogba, and then that's about 4 passes in midfield before we get to Sanchez, who's passing it back to Pogba. Then we get it up to Lukaku. It's too much. It's too much. We gotta be quicker. We gotta be efficient. I saw a couple times in the Liverpool game, I'm not gonna lie, where Bailly passed it back to Smalling, or sideways to Smalling, and Smalling actually went with it quick. He got forward. He didn't go up the field, but he pushed, and he made passes that were not sideways. Maybe this is Bailly's influence on the team. He gives us more confidence when we're on the ball to go forward and actually do some work in this team. I hope that's the case. I tweeted out, and I made a note of it, that Bailly brought confidence to this team. And hopefully he stays fit, because, like I said, Smalling looked like he had a bit of a pep in his step Saturday. And Bailly always has a pep in his step. These are people, apart from Smalling and the rest of the lot who are here under Van Gaal. As you see, the core of our team, Lukaku, Sanchez, Matic, McTominay or Pogba, whoever you want to look at, Bailly. These are players that are not here under Van Gaal. If you noticed, they are not Van Gaal players. Although you could argue when Lingard plays, but that's not going to be as often now because Sanchez is here. My point is, these are players who move the ball quicker, okay? And Matic had his moments in the beginning of the season where he moved the ball that way. Not so much now. Anyway, I've wasted your time long enough. Thank you for watching, though. I really appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe. You know, I just appreciate you guys so much, seriously. And I couldn't enjoy, or wouldn't imagine doing something more as a hobby. Enjoy doing something as a hobby as much as I do this. So, thank you for watching. Like I said, share it, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff, man. Deuces, guys.
The